Hello students, welcome back. Today my topic is the ball poem. This very poem is written by John Berryman, and he had very nicely represented the things which are non-permanent in our life. Dear students, the ball poem is a symbolic poem, and this ball is depicting something else. It is not merely ball, it represents the things which we lose in our life. Here, what is told here in this poem, let us read about. The boy loses a ball and he is very upset. The ball doesn't cost much, nor is it difficult to buy another ball. So the cost of the ball is very low, and it can be purchased at any moment. But sometimes the children like this is crying over for this lost ball because his first responsibility. Here the ball poem represents very nicely what our first responsibility is. Our first responsibility is show our love and concern for and attachment for those lost things which were with us for a long time. But these things are not with us anymore because we have lost these things. First of all, I will read this poem. After that, I will go through the explanation, and after that, we will read about the literary devices. First of all, what is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he do? What is he to do? I saw it go, merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There it is in the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down. His ball went. I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility. In the world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always. Little boy, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external, he is learning. Well, behind his desperate eyes, the epistemology of loss. How to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. So, here in this poem, the poet is wanting to tell that a boy is there, and the boy was playing just beside the harbor. Harbor is a place beside the sea, and here the harbor actually is the place where the small child was playing for a long time. He could not expect that one day his ball would be lost, and now this thing was happened. What is the ball now? What is the boy now who has lost his ball? Here the condition of the boy has been depicted by the poet. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What would be the condition of the boy who had spent a lot of time with this ball? What would be his condition after that? What is he do? What is he to do? Now he has nothing to do, actually only crying. He is crying for the special ball. The special ball cost only very less, dime, that means 10 cents, but the boy was crying for it. Actually, he had spent a lot of time with it, and he had created a deep infatuation, attraction towards it. He wanted to get it back. I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street. Actually, it is a down-sloping area, and at the end of this sloping, there was water, and water of the harbor. And here the poet happened to see that the ball was going downwards and down the street and then merrily. Actually, Here, the ball's movement has been given like that. It was happy and going down and down. There it is in water, and ultimately the ball was dropped into the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. Actually, there are various options are there. The boy could get another balls from the market, from the shop. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. But the boy was not understanding the situation. He was only showing his grief and concern for the lost ball. If you look at the face of the boy, then you could feel that it was a grief only. The shadow of the sadness overshadowed the boy. As he stands rigid, he was not moving his body, only a little bit trembling or shaking of the body was done, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Actually, the boy was waiting for the ball to come, and he was spending in this way. He was wasting his boyhood days when he should play and enjoy the games, enjoy the plays, but he was not playing with other things and with other balls. He was only crying for the lost ball, and he was wasting his days in this way. And he was playing for a long time beside the harbor, but he did not know that this very day he would lose his special ball. I would not intrude on him. Intrude means interfere. Here the poet does not have any audacity or any power to interfere on his or in his matter. The poet was thinking its cost is only a dime. Dime means it is a currency of here you can see US dollar. It cost only 10 cents. So the cost of the ball was 10 cents. Another ball, if he wished, he could purchase another ball with this small amount of money, and is worthless. But who would go to make him understand? The boy was not listening to any other words. Now he senses first responsibility. Dear students, here we have to know that the first responsibility of the boy. What is the first responsibility? First responsibility to give the priority, to show our love and concern and attachment, infatuation for those things or those persons who had lost us, or whom we lost. Actually, in this world, some things are material, some things are non-material. But somehow we could not keep all of these things with us for a long time. Actually, we can say that all these things are non-permanent, and sometimes we have spent a long time with these things or with these personalities, but somehow we have to leave behind these things or persons. Only memories will come and lag behind us, and we have to continue our activities to go into the future. A dime, another ball, is worthless. Now he senses his first responsibility. The boy is showing his first responsibility, means love and attachment. That's why he was very sad. He was not fulfilling his desire by purchasing the another ball. He wanted to get the same ball back. In a world of possessions, here the poet has said about the world of possessions. Here some possessions are material, some possessions are non-material. So in this world of possessions, the people should have the responsibility. That is the first responsibility. We should almost cry and feel sad for the lost things or lost persons, but it is not like that. We should not waste our time, longer period of time, because we have to understand the epistemology of loss or the system of loss. Actually, all things are non-permanent, therefore we have to understand this matter very quickly. People will take balls will be lost always. Little boy, people will take balls. That means we will get relations in our way of life, in our family of life. So we will get we get relations, but relations are non-permanent. They will break at any moment when the persons or personalities will die. People will take balls. Here the playthings, similarly, the small children take the balls, and balls or the playthings could not be kept for a long time. Balls will be lost. That's why it was told, balls will be lost always, little boy, and no one buys a ball back. Here it is told that no one buys a ball back. So balls will be lost always, little boy, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external. Actually, if you cannot replace the love and attachment of the previous ball, actually, although the cost of the earlier ball was very much less, but its feeling, spending time with him spending time with him or it for a longer period of time have some valuation. So we cannot deny for these things. In the world of possessions, people will take balls will be lost always, little boy, and no one buys a ball back. Actually, lost things cannot be returned. Lost balls cannot be returned. But here the boy was wanting his ball back. Money is external. Money cannot show our love, sympathy, passion, and it cannot bring our nostalgic feelings. And so money only fulfill your external demands, and it is nothing other than this. Money is external. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes. He is learning. Actually, it is the learning time of the small boy. He could not learn properly, and he was taking a little bit time to understand the matter, that he could not get his ball back. Well behind the desperate eyes, his eyes are very much desperate. He wanted to have it back, but he don't know. Actually, he does not know the matter, that he would not get it back. The epistemology of loss, how to stand up. Actually, what is the epistemology of loss? Epistemology of loss means process of loss. Actually, all things are impermanent and not permanent in our way of life, and this is the process of loss, epistemology of loss. Here the word meanings are given like this. In the glossary you could see that epistemology means Greek word, episteme means knowledge. It comes from the word meaning to understand or to know. Epistemology is the study of the nature of knowledge itself. And epistemology of loss means understanding the nature of loss, what it means to lose something else. Here the word desperate means hopeless, and so here the small boy's eyes were desperate, means hopeless. First of all, he wanted to get it back. He was very desperate enough for this, but he should understand the epistemology of loss, means the system of loss, and we have to understand this. The basic difference is there of understanding how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. Actually, last two lines are telling that understanding of the loss could be understood by some people earlier, and some people understand it sometimes later. Actually, people are not of the equal emotions and feelings. Sometimes some people understand the matter of loss, whatever they had lost, whatever or whoever they had lost, they mourn for some days, they cry for some days, but after that they continue their activities. and in this way they cope up with the situation very quickly. But sometimes some people floods with emotions, they could not continue their work and cry or mourn for many days. This is actually the understanding. Sometimes some people make it early, sometimes some people make it delay. Now in this poem, this fine poem was written by John Berryman. His date of birth is given 25th October 1914, and his when he was dead January 7, 1972. He was an American poet and scholar, and he was born in McAllister, Oklahoma, and he was a major figure in American poetry in his second half of the 20th century and was considered a key figure in the confessional school of poetry. His best known work is the Dream Songs. This very poem is divided into three parts. First of all, he had lost the ball and he was mourning over that, and the poet was not showing such audacity or desperateness to come close to the boy and make him understand that it is the basic system of the loss. And in the second stanza you could see that in the second part you could see that he was listening, he was learning something else from this experience. Actually people also learn from the experience, and here he is learning from the loss of the ball that it is the basic system of the loss, and he should understand this. In the concluding part, he was realizing it and learning it, and here the comparison in the last part, it was given that some people understand the epistemology of loss very quickly, and sometimes some people understand it very late. This ball poem consisting of some literary devices, let's read about it. Here the use of personification is there. Personification means when inanimate objects are giving living attribute, or when some non-living things are behaving like a living things. So personification is a figure of speech which shows attribution of the personal nature or human characteristics to something non-human. In the poem, the poet describes ball merrily bouncing down the street. So here the activity of the ball is not matching with the ball. It should be happened with some human beings. Merry means happy. It is the human characteristics which is given to the ball. So here feature is not matched with the ball. The feature merrily bouncing down the street, this feature should be adjusted with human being only. So it is a personification. Metaphor is also used in this poem. What is metaphor? Metaphor is a literary device which a word or phrase is symbolically applied to a thing to which it is not literally applicable. Actually, when an unallied comparison is made between two things. In this poem, the poet says balls will be lost always. Balls here symbolize possessions which we lose. Actually, ball is a possession that we lost. It also refers to the childhood which, if lost, never comes back. Apostrophe, it is a literary device in which a person is addressed who is either dead or physically not present. Actually, apostrophe is a literary device in which a person is addressed who is either dead or physically not present. Like in this poem, the poet says, balls will be lost always, little boy. The boy physically not present with the poet. But here, the poet is saying like this, that the boy was very close to him, but boy was physically not present. So it is an apostrophe. Here repetition is given. It is a literary device in which a word or phrase is repeated two or more times. In this poem, the poet repeats the word what two times in the two lines. What is he to do? So same word is repeated. Alliteration. Alliteration is, you know very well, repetition of the consonant sound in a same line, like who has lost his ball? What is he to do? So if same letter is repeating in a sentence, that's the same consonant sound, it would be looking like alliteration, like no one buys a ball back. Here you can see buys, ball and back started with B later. That's why it is alliteration. Like the deep and dark floor of harbor, move my mind and my heart move with all that move me. These are the lines of alliteration. The poem is also consisting of symbolism. It is the use of the symbols to represent ideas or qualities. In this poem, ball and the balls represent childhood, possessions, and even the father of the poet. Actually, the poet was missing his father also, whom he lost. And actually, this very ball poem is depicting something that we sometimes lose our various possessions, valuable things, valuable persons, but we should not mourn for these things or mourn for those persons whom we lost. Actually, this is the epistemology of loss, and we should understand it. We should not hamper our activities. The process should go on. Hope this video is very useful to you. In my next video, I will come with some another topic. Till then, goodbye to all of you.